to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, so I have a question about the Phoenix technique from the course we did two
Yes.
weekends ago.
Mhm.
I hope it's okay to ask on this.
Yeah. Let
So-
me bring it up because I'll have to look at the booklet as well. So hold on.
I
Go ahead,
can't.
fire away.
I was I don't know how to put the question out. How do I do this? How do I work with this? I saw that it felt like there was a really a real, like, what should I say? What is the most effective way to work when you have people that you want to clean your cords with without having to do all 8 hours at once?
Yeah, okay, great question. So one of the things, let me see which one it is. Okay, I mean, honestly, you can do it a couple of different ways, but that first step, A, differentiation,
Mhm.
where the first step is application is the TheraCords, and then the next one is the protective web, and then going back and forth between that one a couple of times is step 3. I would just do that step A. You know, the way that I kind of set it up to be is like when you're just working with a client or you had some situation, you could just go to that first step and work it. And then all the other things are to be able to like take it deeper or to like problem solve. And so you know, a lot of classes, everything's built on the previous step, and you know, you're really trying to unwind something in a particular way. This one really, to each segment can stand on its own. It does something in particular, but we set it up so that that first one is like kind of a core thing that you do with people. And then when you want to do things deeper, like more involved therapy or advanced therapy, you go into the other steps, but need to be like your go-to thing.
Okay, well, that's what I sort of got that sense of that, but I wasn't sure. So, you know, because like there's a list, you know, I don't know. I wasn't the only one making lists of all the people that you want to clean.
Oh yeah. And you know, the thing too is, you know, here you have a list of like potentially good people and negative people, but you can also use it even for a spiritual practice, which we'll be exploring, you know, at some point, where when you go through and you start cleaning all these things up, when you're cleaning up the cords and the connections, it's a way to evolve your connection to a spiritual teacher, to a deity, to, you know, a particular partner, you know, anything like that. You can deepen the connection by going through and doing this. So at first you're just unwinding like the negative parts, but later we're going to be doing things where we cultivate specific kinds of connections with different things. So I mean, I'd really practice that first set. And then assemblage point is worked in right after that. Like I think it's step 4, if I remember right. Step 4 and maybe step 6, or step 5 and 6, 4 and 5. That's what it is. That's helping to shift the perceptions as you go through and you unwind everything. It's helping to shift the perceptions that are potentially there because of the contamination from the cord, or, you know, whatever was going on. And so, you know, really, you could probably do that whole section A. I mean, you could probably do it in 15 minutes. I mean, it's not like some big involved thing. I mean, obviously, you can do it in 45 minutes and do it more intensely and deeply. But, you know, the idea was just to be able to go through and clean things up as quickly as possible and not have to do a big involved process.
Right. Yeah, because the first time I tried it, I was 2 hours just
Right.
to get to the end of that section. Of course, I was listening to you talk at the beginning, but
Yeah.
it's still like, yeah, I'd love to spend 2 hours, but you know, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
people.
not always practical. And you know, in the session, like when we're doing it in class, you know, I'm talking through the class, I'm talking about little examples and chit-chatting and stuff. Here you can get down to business and you can really kind of fire that off in about 15 minutes.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Let me know how that goes.
I will. I will. I have lots of.
We've had a couple of people where, like they're into the oils, but their partners are not. And they're just like, I don't know. And they ran them through this like first section. I don't even think they did the whole section. They just did the cords and the protective web, maybe inhaling the assemblage point. And their partners said, man, I feel way better. They don't know what it is, but it is that connection. And people at work are stressed out, or family members or friends, or whatever it is. So you just keep that all cleaned out. And then if you have an issue with a person, it's a way to minimize it and disconnect from the issue very, very quickly.
Mhm. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
Enjoy.
so much. I will.
You're so welcome.